Yeah, these are kinda cool. And we have some screenshots as well. So this is not just gonna be reading this. We are gonna see the new active skills of familiars. This is gonna be cool. So I don't know where Budek gets this information, but usually these are true. And let's start actually. Introduction of pet subspecies. Each pet except Brumble Stalker, which is the newest one, will receive a second subspecies with a unique active skill that differs from the original pet. And how to obtain them? There is no method to directly change the subspecies of the current pet while preserving its passive skills. The subspecies will randomly appear only during conversion process. So more RNG basically. And I think you can't really apply this onto your current pet, so you need to get a new pet with the subspecies. So let's take a look. The secondary skills, the new skills, not the secondaries. These are gonna be new active skills. First one, we have the goat. I think it is called Warok. So this forest fury thing is the old version. And the topper one is, the one on the top is the new active skill of this pet. Select an enemy costs 26% character damage to him every 0.5 seconds and transmit it up to 3 surrounding enemies, less than 3 seconds with a 12-second cooldown. This sounds like a Void Spark, basically a pocket Void Spark it sounds like. Well, I have this pet. I think that's a good skill, but not the best, obviously. Let's move on to the cat. This is gonna be a popular one. If you guys watch the set item leaks, we might get a set item, new set item, that revolves around freeze and chill. And with the new active skill on the cat, this is gonna work like Frozen Heart basically. Let's read it. Obtain an ice shield of 200% of character's damage. While the shield exists, when attacked, it will cause a counter-attack of 10% of the character's damage to surrounding enemies. Okay, this is the same. And at 3 seconds of cold, this means chill, with a cooldown of 20 seconds. So Warok was Void Spark, and this is a pocket Frozen Heart basically. You kinda get the point, right? Let's move on to the next. I don't remember the name of this one. The new skill is breathing a fireball forward, causing 55% character's damage to the enemy, leaving a pool of magma, igniting the enemy and causing 32% character's damage every second, less than 4 seconds, and 12-second cooldown. The cooldown is low AF, by the way. So this is gonna work like Broad Talon, basically. Let's move on to the next one. So we have the Ghost. Generates a ghost array at nearby enemies, causing 25% character damage to all enemies 3 meters around every 0.5 seconds and imposing a 0.5 second confinement, less than 3 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. Well, confinement, I guess it is something like a stun. I'm not sure if it's gonna trigger chip or not. But yeah, that's the new skill of the Ghost. And we have this one, the Rhino one. This used to pull and it still pulls. A 3-meter golden sand vortex is generated nearby, causing 144% character's damage to surrounding enemies and sucking them into the center. There is a 40% probability of inflicting gold on enemies for 2 seconds, and the cooldown is 20 seconds. I didn't really understand what it is. Probably maybe a CC. Next we have the Broad Talon. This is a popular one because it deals a good amount of damage and leaves a damage over time effect, which is nice. The new version, quite similar, but it is a little different. Shoots an arcane torrent to continues to track the enemy with the lowest remaining health around it, causing 42% character's damage to all enemies on the pet every 0.5 seconds, lasts in 3 seconds with a 12-second cooldown. This one is kinda cool. It is gonna work like Arcane Torrent basically. This is nice. Oh, the Alchemy debuff Habo. On the open world farm we were mobs turning to a gold. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be something like stun. This one. This gold means similar to a stun, yes. So Brutolin looks nice. Brutolin looks nice. And we have this one next. It used to pull, I think it still pulls. Oh, but this pull was trash. It was very bad. Maybe the new version is better. Pulls enemies in the fan-shaped area in front of you and causes 130% character's damage. And adds 1 second blindness. The cooldown is 20 seconds. So blind triggers chip. If you have chip, this pet can be a good choice for you actually. And it says a fan shape, so the AoE of the pull is gonna be better than the older version. This is gonna be a good pet. Definitely, especially if you have chip. This is gonna be nice. And lastly, we have this guy. It used to deal damage and it still deals damage. Summons a rain of gems at nearby enemies, causing continuous damage of 50% of the character's damage per second to enemies in the area. The continuous and a shock mark is added. Enemies carrying the mark will be affected. Damage to you is reduced by 20%. With a cooldown of 3 seconds for 20 seconds. It is little messy. But basically this one gives you 20% damage reduction. I think it was something like that before too. So my favorites, or if you just joined, let me explain what this is. So these are pet subspecies. You can't just change your pet to this version. You have to get it from the start. So basically you need a new pet if you want these. You can think of these like extra pets, because you can only obtain them from conversions. So your regular pet, the pet you have right now, doesn't mean anything. By the way, these are not 100% information. It's just a leak. Who knows? They might add this into the game or not. That's not a 100% thing. Keep that in mind. So which one is the best? There is couple of good ones actually. Let's put this to the side so people can see what it is. So if the Neve set is true, because the Neve set is gonna work with chills, this is gonna be nice. I mean, this is gonna be nice either way. Basically, old version, 240% of your character's damage as a shield. But now it goes down to 200%, so you lose 40% of the shield from the pet. But now, while the shield exists, when the shield is active, when you are attacked, it will cause a counter attack of 10% of the character's damage to surrounding enemies. So it works the same until this point, and at 3 seconds of chill, with a cooldown of 20 seconds. So you can think of it like Frozen Heart, like I said. It's gonna apply chill. And if you have that Neve leak set, I'm assuming it is true, this is gonna work really good with the Neve set. You can't obtain them right now, just don't go buy cats or something like that. I mean, if you want to convert pets, to obtain these, you might want to collect them now, after this goes live. If it is ever go live though, we don't know that. So cat is gonna be good still. Warok, I mean, I think it is this version, newer version is better because it is gonna work like Void Spark from my understanding, which is cool. You can spread your dots and stuff like that, it is nice. And other than that, which one was nice? Let me see. Not the ghost. This can be nice. This is gonna work like Broad Talon now. It's gonna apply damage over time. And this one can be usable if you have Chip of the Stoneflesh, because it's gonna blind the enemy, which is nice. So I will have to reroll my double legendary stat cat for another. Yeah, you are starting from scratch, from my understanding. It is all RNG once again. Yeah, they look like this if you want to take a look, all of them. So yeah, that's the information we got for this. Pet subspecies, that's all the information we have for now about this. If we get any more information, I will be sharing that as well. Yes, I will probably record this part and send to the YouTube tomorrow.